I can't how I've been, it's just Dear Diary. Kind of I've been reflecting on my entire life. It's hard not to at Christmas time. All that time on your own. Not doing anything. Thing is, I'm doing something. Reflecting and meditating, everything else, right? And you go, you can reflect on certain things. And you go, fuck me, when's the last time anybody said something nice to me? When's the last time? There's been a few folk that have, but considering all the cool stuff I've been giving out, when's the last time anyone said anything uplifting, cool? Nah, it's all been shit. It's all been shit. You've been watching Netflix too much or something, I don't know. They're infected, they're devils. Literally. That's why I said, and it wasn't even a joke, it's a holy war. So many folk are fucking devils. I'm still waiting, like, decades, literally decades later, right? I'm still waiting on a fucking apology that's never got to materialise. I just think some people are just cut from a different cloth than others. I think I'm waking up to this. Some people are just, you know, inherently better people. That's just the way it is. I think that's just the way it is. Like, how can you be the most grief porn? Call this grief porn or whatever, you know. Therapy porn, whatever. If you didn't want to watch this, didn't watch, I didn't care. The truth's the truth. It's like, how can some people... Like I say, I'm not going to be spending 2024 dwelling on this shit, but it's because it's the holiday period and I'm not back properly at work yet. And I'm going, how can you not reflect on decades building up and you go, I was always the cool person. I was always the cool person. The thing is, in this world, when you're the cool person, you're the one that gets the shit. Because, kind of like, as these other YouTubers were saying, it disturbs their demons. Because they realise that I'm just like a fucking 1,000 times the person they are. So all I need today is fucking be in a room and it disturbs folk. I was at like, I could talk about shitloads of stuff. I was at my mother's for Mother's Day last year. It's fucking pathetic. And I'm sitting in the room having a cup of tea, no bothering anybody else. And you've got like family members, everybody all there, right? And I'm sitting at the fucking table. And everyone's coming up with our fucking famous person stories and trying to outdo each other like the Joey Diaz thing. Try to outdo each other, try to be the smartest person in the room. Try to silently compete with me. I'm no stupid. Try to silent, and they're so immature, they can't actually say, Dave, what was that like on The King? Witnessing that. Right there in person, witnessing that, the anointing of the chosen one, Chalamet. I guess I was the fucking anointed one as well, wasn't I? Since I was the one that was fucking picked to be head supporting artiste nobleman to fucking witness that right in the flesh. I guess I'm the fucking anointed one then, aren't I? And that goes to my point. All I need to do is fucking sit in the room, no say a fucking word, and it disturbs everybody. And they sit in there in silent competition with me. Oh, I saw this famous person, I saw that famous person, and da-da-da. They're like children, and they're older than me. It's fucking hilarious. I'm just sitting there, no saying a fucking word. No saying a fucking word. Drinking my cup of tea, no bothering anybody. I've not been bothering anybody for the past 20 years. I've been given shit by people. And I've kind of put up with it just because I felt sorry for them. It's like, is that the best you've got? Well done for still practicing witchcraft. That I'm the only one in the person who's actually had the fucking balls to banish out of this fucking family. I'm the fucking light in the family. Do I need to go any further than that? And these other folk, petty this, petty that. Bullshit this, bullshit that. If you want, see how, like Frank Zappa said, there are no friends. Yeah, that's true. There are no friends. I don't need any friends. Friends are people who are happy for you when you do well. Robert up in Glasgow. Oh, there's a coincidence. The guy that was, that lasted Outlaw King with me. He's a friend of mine. Because he wants me to do well. But family in inverted commas don't want you to do well. They're your fucking enemy. They're your fucking enemy. They didn't want you to do well. They're little children. I thought the point of succeeding and doing certain, quality achievements and everything. I thought that, like, as Graham O'Brien said, align myself with the greats, right? Graham O'Brien said, these achievements are pointless. They're meaningless unless they serve another purpose. And I was a bit naive. I thought folk would have been interested in some of these achievements, but nah. The oldest people in the family are the most fucking immature. And when you come back from the moon, as I've said before, you come back with your stories. Rather than being like asking questions, what was that like? Cool, wow, how did you do that? Let me learn from you. Now, pride's a killer. They want to make out they're the smartest person in the room, even though they're the fucking dumbest in the room. Because they haven't lived. They've been done a bit too much reading, no done enough fucking meditation, no done enough fucking work on themselves, and they're sitting there judging you. Try to pull you down. So not only do they not like to see you do well, that's fucking pathetic. That's why certain family members, fuck off, I don't want you a part of my life anymore. Also, they don't want you to do well, and I'm still waiting on apologies, still waiting on apologies. Isn't it funny how, like, the most vulnerable and the youngest in the family was treated the worst? The most vulnerable and the youngest, while simultaneously being the fucking shining light of the family, was the person who was given the most shit. That's a bit fucking pathetic, isn't it? It's embarrassing. Certain people are fucking embarrassing. I succeeded without them, in spite of them. And going in the room with certain family members currently to this day, the best level of conversation they have is, have you not tidied your room? Let me put on that program in the telly how to sort your life out. I'm trying to subconsciously speak to you here. Any more negative shit that you want to throw at me? You want to level up and actually talk to me in the level I'm at. I do actually have a degree education. I have actually lived. I'm like a middle-aged man now. Is that the best you've got? It's fucking embarrassing. It's fucking embarrassing. There's different options. Some days I just kind of go, I have let all this shit go, but some days, right, I wake up and I go, I could do this. I could make certain people feel this small. I could send out a big hour-long voice text on WhatsApp or something, just with a big fucking speech. Some of these tools, some of these online tools are actually quite cool. As Steve Vai said, you got to look at some of these kind of technological tools as gifts. They are. These voice message things and going live and everything, they've helped me. They've helped elevate my fucking spirit. Meanwhile, other folk, all they did was want to pull it down. It's really quite pathetic. You wake up to the fact that the reason why people try and pull you down is because they saw you as a threat. I was watching this video last night and it was fucking outstanding. Fucking outstanding. The guy was saying, the video was called, "You dethroned, you slaughtered," what was it? You slaughtered two narcissists. It was absolutely a fucking glorious video. He said the video was, "You slaughtered two narcissists and, you're on the way to success." Basically saying, like, you're a fucking king, Dave. And I thought it spoke to me, this video. Because it was like, yeah, I did fucking slaughter two narcissists by my non-violent, non-cooperation and whatever else. And I had to fucking therapize myself after it to get over that shit. Rather than fight them. See, this is what a lot of folk didn't seem to understand. Fighting this shit doesn't help it. Be the bigger person and let them experience their karma. Basically, my ex-girlfriend and my sister, I slaughtered them both by showing them the way, showing them the ridiculousness and ludicrousness and of their behaviour, shaming them, showing just how abysmal their behaviour was. And now The guy was basically saying, you're a fucking king. You're a fucking king because you've basically taken on quite a big fucking challenge. Facing cunts and defeating them, basically. They have to cut to the chase. Facing shitloads of cunts in my life. And defeating them. So I'm standing on a fucking hill with a fucking crown on my head. And that's why I'm going to be succeeding this year. Because I already am. Already am. And these fucking people, they're like I say, they're cut from a fucking different cloth than me. Because this is what's cool. I've never behaved like that. I've never behaved badly. But when you're as fucking brilliant as me, you know, when you're such a cool person, it attracts all the fucking riffraff and the cunts and the shit energy. But no narcissist can penetrate this anymore. Like I was saying on a video yesterday, she was talking about narcissists and, you know, da-da-da-da-da. And I commented and I said, yeah, I've got having suffered at the hands of these people, I have such a great antenna for it now that they can't touch me now. It's almost like funny now. When I go in a room with certain people, you just treat them like misbehaving little children, which essentially they are. So thanks for the bullshit, because you've made me even more of a Superman than I already am, because as I said in that comment, I said I've had to be the bigger person. I've had to do the work of two people, because the other person can't look at themselves in the mirror and face up to just how fucking deeply flawed they are. Do the fucking work. It's not difficult, is it? It's not fucking difficult. Don't be an asshole. Don't gaslight someone. Listen to them when they're talking. Apologize when you've done wrong. Just don't be a fucking negative snake and a negative creep. It's not fucking difficult. It's fucking hilarious. The better a person I am, it brings out more of their shitty, awful behaviour. I am 20 years ahead, emotionally and spiritually, than these people. They'll never be the person I am. I never was the person that they are. See, when I was at my lowest, right? When I was suffering a load of trauma and grief, and I had the whole world on my shoulders, right? I realized, see, this is what I said to someone else. I said, two people can look at the same fucking picture of life and interpret it in a completely different way. In other words, when I was at my lowest, suffering the most vulnerable, under it, the weight of the world on my shoulders, right? Knowing how deep the pain went, I was like, right, I know that suffering pain is not fun. So it taught me to be the bigger person, or maybe I'm just naturally, maybe it's just in my fucking DNA that I know how to act proper in the fucking first place. But I tell you something, when I was at my lowest, I recognized that I have to treat other people really nicely, because I refuse to mete out shit to people because I know how hard life is. So isn't it funny? At the same time, when I'm the most vulnerable and the youngest, and I'm being the biggest person in the whole fucking family, and being scapegoated for it, right? That then you've got other people being like, you know, the ugly sisters, or whatever you call it, the wickedness, you know, giving you bullshit, giving you abuse. So I was 20 years ahead of the game. It's like, didn't be an asshole? Like when I was suffering all my traumas and everything, you know what I did? I stayed the fuck away from people. I stayed in my own lane, tried to fucking sort myself out. I was bothering nobody. And yet, the person that should have been looked after the most, me, was the person that was shit on the most by other fucking weak people. I'm the fucking strong one. Because I never resorted to kicking people when they're down, being a dickhead, being horrible, giving out pain to people when they're already experiencing pain. So as I say, narcissists, good luck. Good luck. Your shit can't touch me this year. You just feel sorry for them. When I'm in a room, if I'm going to be in a room, which I might have to be the odd time with certain fucking pathetic narcissists, right? I'll just fucking treat them like, treat them like they're mentally ill, which in a sense they fucking are. Because they haven't done work on themselves. They're just like, that's what they're like. That's their mentality. I'll be like completely oblivious to how full of shit I am. Like I say, not being a narcissist, it's not that difficult, is it? Especially when you're in your middle-aged person now. You've had decades to sort this shit out. Up your game, come on, sort it out. Ask me some questions how you do it. It's just like, it's quite easy. You just like, if someone has a problem with you, you don't take it personally. There's a standard, there's a standard of behaviour that's expected, and folks should have a fucking antenna for it. It's no difficult. There's a standard. It's called right and wrong, treating others as you would wish to be treated the same way. So if someone comes at you and says something, and then you then turn it back on them and make everything about you because you're a fucking narcissist creep. Maybe you have to go and do some research, It's just because, part of it is just because people are just fucking miserable sons of bitches with no joy in their life. When's the last time they did a fucking hobby that they liked? When's the last time they laughed, enjoyed their life, experienced something that kind of elevated themselves? Nah, they didn't want to because they want to stay on that kind of level of witchcraft level, negative. I don't want other people to do well. I want to pretend that I'm the smartest person in the room by talking bullshit. Pulling other folk up, trying to artificially inflate myself by pulling other people down. That's fucking pathetic. You want to elevate yourself. And then when you've elevated yourself, you might realise that when someone comes at you and says, actually, I think I've got a slight issue with this, that's not really quite right, that. Then you would go, oh, you're right, I know, I'm sorry for that. Maybe if they'd actually know how to, cry and be emotional, be open to their emotions, stuff like that, then maybe they would, they haven't done the fucking grief. They're walking wrecks. They haven't done the grieving. They haven't done the therapy, the art therapy, the whatever. Pick a sport. Do a sport. Go for a walk. Something. Do something you enjoy. When I was doing my fucking outstanding achievements and I came back, they weren't interested, were they? Again, I'm a reflection. I'm a mirror of everything they aren't. So we'll just gaslight you. Oh, you've got too much time in your hands. Being a fucking success, doing fucking sublime, outstanding, cool work. Thanks for the inspiration, because all the time, I didn't want to be like you miserable narcissist witch. I'm the king, and they're witches languishing. My ex, incidentally, she'll be fucking languishing, causing problems in other folks' lives. Causing problems in other folks' lives because she's a walking fucking disaster. And I'm staying away from these fucking walking disasters in 2024. You know what I mean? That's what it is. And letting them go. They can't affect me anymore. But it's just funny, as I say, when you reflect back and you go, years of continual shitty behaviour that they mistakenly directed at me because they mistook my kindness for weakness and my kindness for my softness, my apparent, I look like I'm weak, that kind of thing. I look like I'm weak because I'm kind. They mistake my kindness for weakness. I'm the fucking strong one. So they think they can give me bullshit. And they're waking up to it now. You know how they're waking up to it? Because I'm the fucking one who went out and did that shit. I didn't think it was any kind of weak person that ended up there in Lincoln, was it? It wasn't any weak person that did that, was it? It wasn't any person with a lack of character, was it? A lack of integrity that achieved those things. It wasn't a person who was not the light. I'm waking up to this. I'm the fucking anointed one in the family. I'm the fucking real deal. The rest of the family are fucking fake people. Imitators. Thanks for the inspiration, Dave. No problem. No problem. I'll do the work for you. I'll say the things that you're too scared to say because you didn't care how to have proper courage. Courage, strength, talent, innate talent. Talent, character, integrity. You know, that kind of thing. Doing right by others, not being a fucking cunt. Decades ago, I thought, this isn't that difficult, is it? Be a nice person. You know, it's not that difficult. Certain other folks, they didn't seem to get it. And as I said before, I've been the scapegoat. Whenever I've seen the bullshit in the family, and I've been the one to bring it up and have the courage to fucking expose the bullshit. And then, rather than being appreciated for it, thanks, Dave, for being a spiritual warrior and taking this family to somewhere it should be. Actually, maybe somewhere close to normal, rather than a bunch of fucking freaks. A bunch of dark-spirited freaks. I'm the fucking hero in the family. Thank you very much, Dave. No problem. So, there you go. That's what it is. That's what it is. And, yeah, everything I say, family is, I wish I could get the fuck away from family, and there's certain reasons why I can't, but, basically, you've got to have you've got to know who you are, elevate yourself, and just kind of drift off or whatever, just kind of like, folk talking at you like you're fucking an imbecile. Folk talking their bullshit at you. You just got to fucking not be pulled down to it. You know, not being pulled down to other folks' negative energy. I mean, that's why I fucking did the sport, film, art therapy, all that. Yeah, to elevate yourself, art therapy, yeah, takes you to a higher place, yeah, duh. And it's still like, you know, talk, no, I'm the fucking trailblazer in the family. I'm the fucking one who did all the cool stuff, and more stuff's to come. So you can't pull this down. The more shit you come at me, because you're not on the same level as me, the more shit that you fucking bring at me, it's just got to strengthen me. So keep bringing it. I'm got to transmute it. I don't need, you know, separating yourself from folk, separating yourself from that, elevating yourself from folk. If folk aren't on your level, that's their problem. I didn't need to say anything anymore. I'm just got to fucking let folk come to me. Let folk levitate up to my fucking level. I think I've done enough work, so I didn't need to be sitting there fucking talking. This is another thing I'm got to stop doing this year, right? Talking about what I'm going to be doing. Oh, I'm positive affirmations and all that. I'm going to stop doing that. I'm just got to shut the fuck up. Keep away from people. Get focused. Get to work. Do what I'm going to do. That's what I'm going to do. And meanwhile, they can sit and talk about me and their wee gossip and and what they think. You know, just folk viewing you through their fucking prism perceptions. Their prism and prison perceptions. They're fucking in a prison. Because whenever you say, you know, whenever you say anything cool, it's just like they didn't see it for the quality that it is. You know, toxic as fuck. Folk looking at you like you're fucking patronising, condescending, gaslighting, fucking toxic motherfuckers can just stay away from me. They didn't deserve to be in my company, and they can keep their bullshit. It's not my fault you're in a shit job and you chose a shit career. And you sold your soul, even though you didn't have a fucking soul to begin with. Your cold, cold heart. Meanwhile, I'm living life through the heart and actually experiencing a bit of joy. And then they want to take that joy from me. Well, you're not taking the joy from me this year, so fuck off. And good luck, you'll need it, you know.